They spoke with confidence, cutting people off, making bold claims, thinking they had control of the courtroom. But they didn't realize one thing. The judge was already 3 steps ahead. And the moment she stepped in, everything flipped. The question is, did they just talk themselves into a worse outcome?
Okay, Mr. Sanchez, you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
Okay, Your Honor. I want to sue her for child support because, my kids are always with me and she's always at work. She's always working for the hospital. Yeah, we said back then that we could do this together as one. I went so much as far as swapping complete schedules. I started doing overnight shift now.
All right, guys, this one right here, it's not just a child support case. It's a full breakdown of responsibility, excuses, and a parent who clearly checked out long before the courtroom ever stepped in. You've got a father stepping up, flipping his entire life upside down for his kids, and on the other side, a mother who doesn't even seem sure she wants the role. But what really hits hard? One of these kids has autism, and that raises the stakes instantly. So the question is this about money? Or is this about accountability finally catching up?
Just so I can be there for my kids and everything. And she was supposed to be working for mornings, which she was, but she volunteered for more hours and work. She's just never home. I don't know where she is. She doesn't call us. She doesn't call our kids. My kids are always wondering where she's at. And I myself, sure, she can do what she wants as long as she lets me know where she is for her own safety. But my kids always wonder where she's at. They're always for days at a time. She's never home. And we broke it off several weeks ago. And only with my income alone, I can't really just do it with just me and my kids. Especially that one has autism. I've always got to take her to the doctor and whatnot. And for these past 3 weeks, I have not seen or heard from her.
Right here, the father is laying out something courts take very seriously: primary caregiving. He's not just complaining, he's showing sacrifice. Switching to overnight shifts, handling medical needs, raising the kids full time. That's evidence of being the primary parent. And in child support law, that flips everything. Because once the court sees one parent carrying 90 to 100% of the load, the financial responsibility shifts hard to the other side. But here's the real question. If he's doing all this alone, where has she actually been?
Even as so much as trying to help out with the kids or anything like that. So I can't get it. I'm surprised she's even here at court today.
Okay, when you say kids, how many?
I have 2.
2, all right.
You mean we? Like you?
No, I have 2.
Ma'am, I'm addressing. So he answered appropriately, and you'll have your opportunity to speak, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, so you said you changed your job to now you work overnight?
Yes.
What is it that you do?
I drive an 18-wheeler. I drive locally. I deliver hospital supplies.
Okay, so I'm assuming that's how you all met?
Beforehand, but we had the same interest in the medical field.
Okay, all right. And how long has it been since you all stopped living together?
It's been...
Now the judge steps in and starts narrowing things down. Number of kids, living situation, timeline. This might feel basic, but legally, this is where the foundation is built. The court needs clarity before assigning responsibility. And notice how the judge immediately controls the courtroom, shutting down interruptions. That tells you something. She already sees tension and potential chaos in this case. Because when emotions run high, facts become everything. And right now, the facts are starting to lean heavily in one direction.
I want to say a month and a week already.
Okay. All right. Is there anything else you want me to know before I move over to her?
She just, for as long as I can remember, about 2 years now, she's just never been wanting to come home really. And honestly, I've caught her having some painkillers that I would only assume she's taken from the hospital she works at. She's either on painkillers or sometimes I'll find needles around and whatnot. So I know she works at a hospital, so she's got to get the drugs from there.
Okay. Is there anything else you want me to know?
I just hate that it's really around the kids. The kids find it before I do most of the time.
Oh my.
Yes.
This is where things take a darker turn. Allegations of drug use, painkillers, even needles found around the house. And worst of all, the kids finding them first. That's not just messy parenting, that's a potential safety issue. Courts don't ignore that. Even if unproven, it raises serious red flags about environment and supervision. And now ask yourself, if you were the judge, would you feel comfortable leaving children in that situation?
Ma'am?
I mean, I'm not sure where he's getting this intel from, but that's
Obviously
not
the
true.
kids.
I mean,
Are you saying your kids are liars?
they could be. I'm not sure.
You're not sure because you're not around that much?
I am. I just have to work all the time. It's not my fault that, saving lives isn't important to him.
No, I believe it is important to him. I don't think that's what he's saying. He's saying that you're not contributing anything.
I am, though. Like, I feed them or sometimes, and
I feed them? You'd agree with me that that's your responsibility, right?
She brings them fast food and leaves again.
Okay, but it's food, though.
And here comes the denial. The mother pushes back, questioning the claims, even hinting the kids might not be reliable. But look closely. She doesn't strongly deny the behavior. She deflects it. That's a huge difference. In court, credibility matters more than confidence. And right now, her responses feel uncertain, inconsistent, almost disconnected. Meanwhile, the father stays grounded in specifics. So who sounds more believable here?
But you don't sit there and spend quality time with your kids. You say, here's food, and leave.
The tablet works just fine. They can just eat and watch the tablet. Like, why is that a problem?
Because...
So you want to raise a child off of a tablet? You think that's okay?
They have educational stuff. I don't see what's wrong with it. Like, I need to go to sleep at some point in time.
Interesting.
Me, personally, myself, I sit there with my kids and I open a book with them and I help them with their homework. I feed them.
This moment right here, it hits differently. The judge shifts from legal to parental accountability. Feeding your kids fast food and leaving them with a tablet? That's not parenting, that's minimal effort. And the judge calls it out directly. Because courts don't just look at whether kids are fed, they look at how they're being raised. Emotional presence matters. Development matters. And now the gap between these two parents is becoming painfully obvious.
I'm not much of a good cook, but I do what I can to put food on the table and spend time with them. It doesn't matter if I lose sleep over it. That's why I went to overnight, because I want to spend time with my kids. I went to overnight.
His shift to
As he
spend more time
should, he's
with
a
the
dad.
kids. As you should, you're a mom. The audacity.
But I have a more important job.
How many times are you gonna say that? You have the audacity to say that he's a dad and he should do these things, but you're the mom and not doing these things. He changed his shift, why can't you?
Because it's inconvenient to me.
I've actually heard a couple times to where she says, I gave birth to him, it's your job to take care of him.
You believe that?
Yes.
Interesting. Wow. No, that's not how this works. That's not how any of this works. You are going to financially support these children, and I'm going to make sure of it today.
Now we see contrast, and it's powerful. The father admits he's not perfect, but he's present. Reading, helping with homework, sacrificing sleep, that's active parenting. And courts reward effort, not perfection. Meanwhile, the mother leans on excuses instead of action. And when one parent adapts their entire life for the kids and the other doesn't, the judge is already forming a very clear picture.
And you may want to look into trying to do a shift change yourself so you can spend some time with the kids. Obviously, I can't court order you or force you to spend time with them, but you should want to spend time with the kids. And considering that one of them has autism, you should want to spend more time with your kids.
I get it, but it's too much work having a kid with autism. That's why I just leave it to him, because he's better suited for that.
Right, yeah, no. I'm not about to do this game with you. Since you left a month and a week ago, have you given him any money for the children?
This is the turning point. The judge lays it out. Both parents have responsibilities. Not dad does everything and mom opts out. That's not how the law works. And when the mother admits she hasn't contributed financially, that seals it. In child support cases, contribution is non-negotiable. No support, no involvement, no excuse. The court steps in. And right now, that hammer is about to drop.
I don't need an explanation either. It's a yes or no?
No.
Okay, thank you. All right.
She's actually asked for money instead of giving.
And then you have the nerve to ask for money and the kids are with.
I mean, he has an obligation to give me support.
You know what? I'm not about to play with you. You came here to waste my time because you have the same obligation to your kids. He should not be paying you anything if the kids are with him majority of the time. If they're living with him, if he is the primary parent, he is tasked with the daily duties of caring for these kids. He shouldn't pay you anything, ma'am. And it is ridiculous that you believe that he should. Yeah, no, we're not doing that. This is what we're going to do. How much money you make a year?
$60,000.
Okay, $60,000.
Now it gets almost unbelievable. Not only has she not contributed, she's been asking him for money while he's raising the kids full time. That completely flips the narrative, and the judge shuts it down instantly. Because legally, if the kids live with him, he's the custodial parent. And custodial parents don't pay, they receive. This is where the case fully collapses for her.
All right, health insurance.
That's about I just have the individual. He has a family one under his plan, so I just pay $80 every 2 weeks.
Okay, health insurance. Is private health insurance, is the children under Medicaid? What are we doing?
Medicaid.
Medicaid,
Yes.
Okay. So you're going to have to pay that back to Medicaid, just FYI, unless you want to put them on private health insurance, which I don't see why you would have a problem with it. You're a nurse. You have access to private health insurance, right?
Yes.
So why did you just get an individual plan when you have a... That was a question.
Because it's his job to take care of them, and I shouldn't have to spend
You know what?
money.
Don't say that again about what his responsibilities are and what his job is, because you're a mom.
The financial breakdown starts, and this is where reality kicks in. The judge looks at income, insurance, Medicaid involvement, all the technical details that determine the final number. And here's something important. When Medicaid is used, reimbursement becomes mandatory. That's not optional. So now it's not just child support, it's repayment too. The system is catching up, fast.
Period.
I mean, but I didn't sign up for it.
Countless times I've told her, yes, it is my job to take care of our children.
And you're
as a
doing
dad. And I'm doing well beyond.
She's not disputing that you're doing that.
Yes. And I feel
But
like
you're not doing your part.
I feel like I'm always not kids.
I mean, but
and
he
only
also
because I don't
forced
have
me
my
to have
other
the
half.
kids. Like, I don't know why you're doing that.
Because
You don't want to have your kids?
I mean, like, when I was pregnant, I told him I didn't want him because I wanted to go party. And, like, he was just like, no, we got this. And, like, how is it my fault? He wanted them. I didn't want them.
But you kept them.
No, we've talked about having kids and we've wanted kids.
I know, but
once
like when we were older,
once she got
not right
pregnant
now.
and she knew she couldn't do what she needed anymore, or really what she wanted anymore, then it was just, oh, this baby's really an inconvenience to our lives.
I mean, but you know
This
what I
child
like to
support
party.
payment is about to be an inconvenience to you as well, because you're going to pay child support. Whether you wanted them or not is beside the point.
This might be the most shocking moment of the entire case. The mother admits she didn't even want the kids. She saw them as an inconvenience. And just like that, any sympathy disappears. Because in family court, personal feelings don't cancel legal responsibility. The judge doesn't care what you wanted, only what exists now. And now, those children exist, and so does her obligation.
You had them, they are here, they are your responsibility just as much as they are his responsibility. So, $60,000 a year, I have your gross set at $5,000. Your net is $4,101.87. Medicaid reimbursement based on 9% of your gross is $450. Do you think you can get health insurance through your employer that's cheaper than that for the children?
I mean, I guess. I don't know.
You don't want to look into it?
Not really.
We work for the same company. Yes, she does.
Oh, okay. So this is what we'll do. You'll just go ahead and pay that, and you can roll your eyes all you want to. I can roll my eyes too. We're just going to have you reimburse Medicaid that full $450. So that brings your monthly child support obligation for 2 children to $1,025 plus the $450 reimbursement to Medicaid for $1,475. Now, it looks like Dad also requested for you to pay back pay for that month and a week that you left and haven't given the children anything. I'm going to grant his request. So you have arrearages in the amount of $1,475. That's to be paid at $25 a month. So your monthly child support obligation including the back pay, is $1,500. You have any questions about anything I just said?
I mean, I just feel like it should be less. What am I gonna be left with to party with? Like, what am I gonna do?
I don't know, maybe pick up some extra shifts or work a part-time job.
Or take care of your kids.
Don't, you know, if she doesn't want to take care of her kids, I really don't care at this point. I just want to make sure he gets some financial assistance.
I mean, but he makes enough money.
And I mean, you make enough money too. So again, do you have any questions about anything I just said?
And just like that, the final number lands, $1,500 a month. Child support plus back pay. A direct consequence of absence, neglect, and refusal to step up. Meanwhile, the father walks out not just validated, but supported by the system he turned to for help. This case wasn't just about money, it was about responsibility catching up in real time. So now I've got to ask you, did the judge get it right? Or should there have been even more consequences here? If this case stunned you too, drop your take in the comments, hit like, and subscribe for more courtroom drama like this.
Yes, ma'am.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Good to see you back.
Good to see you.
Okay, all right. And the last time you were here, we were here for your daughter. You had both her children.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, who is this?
This is my youngest daughter, Kayla, and we have her kids now, so we're trying to somehow get some more income because she's not giving us really nothing. And we just...
You all are just that great of grandparents. Your children want to leave their children with you?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, they did such a good job raising me. They might as well.
Excuse me, Miss Paul.
All right, guys, this one's gonna hit different. You got grandparents stepping into court, not for drama, not for revenge, but because they've been forced to raise their own grandchild again. And on the other side, a young mother who doesn't seem to fully grasp what responsibility really looks like. What starts as a simple support case quickly turns into something deeper. Family tension, accountability, and a judge who's not about to let excuses slide. And trust me, the moment she speaks, everything begins to unravel.
Give me an opportunity to speak with your parents, and I promise you I will come over here to you, okay?
Got it.
Okay.
I think my mama always been jealous of me, honestly. But that's a whole nother story for a whole nother day.
Sounds like y'all need therapy court instead of support court.
Jealous of her.
That's what she said.
Is that why you went missing for 1.5 years?
Missing?
I was taking care of business.
At 16?
Yes.
What kind of business at 16?
You know what? Let's
Anyways.
finish this business.
Okay.
Thank you, Judge.
With the
They all
child.
up in my business.
Started it, but I'm going to continue it from here, okay? All right.
I believe
Mr.
she
and
don't
Mrs.
have
Paul.
any business since we have her child
Okay.
living with us.
How old is this child?
What is he, 6 months now?
6 months, yeah.
Oh, it's a newborn.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right here, you can already feel the tension building. The daughter casually drops emotional bombs, jealousy accusations, disappearing for over a year, and instead of accountability, she's deflecting. And the judge immediately recognizes what's happening. This isn't just a financial case anymore, it's about credibility. Because when someone starts shifting blame this early, it raises a serious question: are we about to hear the truth, or just a version of it?
You left your newborn baby with your parents?
Every day.
Well, I mean, people make mistakes. And
So
I'm trying to...
he's a mistake?
Wow.
You knew what you
Pretty
were doing.
much. If I could take it back, I would, honestly. But
If you could take what back?
Really?
everything that's happened over the last 1.5 years.
So you were pregnant within the last 1.5 years. Are you speaking about taking that back?
Yes, it was a mistake. People make mistakes all the time.
Our grandchild is not a mistake, okay?
I'm
You're
going
right.
to
I love
I'm
him.
going to act like you did
You
not
love
just say
him?
that.
Yes.
I'm going to act
Show
like
it.
you did not just say that.
Wow.
This is where it gets heavy. The judge zeroes in on the reality: a 6-month-old baby left behind. And instead of remorse, we hear something shocking: people make mistakes. But here's the thing, the law draws a clear line. The mistake might be the situation, but the child is never the mistake. And the judge doesn't let that slide for even a second. That one statement alone, it just changed how this entire case is about to be judged.
And we're going to move forward with what's going on today.
Okay.
The reality is that you have a 6-month-old baby boy who you passed off to your parents. Okay? Is that a yes?
Yes.
Okay. They're here today because they want you to pay child support for your son.
Okay. In my defense, They like set up the baby shower and all of that. I never
What does
signed up
that
for any of
mean?
that. And
What?
at the baby shower, they let me know that if it was anything that I need, they would be there.
Right.
And I need them right now.
Wait a
and
minute.
So they should be here.
Hold on.
Excuse
Let's
us?
rewind. Mrs. Paul, give me 1 minute, okay? Give me 1 minute. Let's rewind something. They threw you up and told you whatever you needed, they would be there to help, right? Not to, is that a yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
They said they would be there to help, not necessarily take parentage away from you for your child. You understand that, right?
I understand.
They're grandparents. They're not parents.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now we're getting into legal ground. The grandparents aren't asking for sympathy, they're asking for support. And the judge reframes everything perfectly. Help is not the same as responsibility. Just because someone offers support doesn't mean they're signing up to become full-time parents. And this is a key legal principle. Parental duty doesn't disappear just because someone else steps in. So the real question is, why does she think it does?
So, don't you believe you should be financially supporting your baby boy while he's with your parents?
Hello.
I do, but at the same time, y'all doing it for Christy. Why can't you do it for me?
Well, and you think that's right?
That had nothing to do with that.
It's only fair.
So because
Life is
they
not
have
fair.
your sister's children, they should take in a new baby?
I only had 2 of my own kids.
Well, you gonna do
Now I
whatever you
have
want to
3.
do.
I honestly think that it's only fair.
How? Make sense of that.
Fair?
Mrs. Paul.
I'm
Mrs.
trying.
Paul.
And here comes the entitlement. She compares herself to her sister, arguing fairness, like this is some kind of shared family contract. But the judge sees right through it. Child support law doesn't work on comparisons, it works on responsibility. Each parent is accountable for their own child, period. And this is where the judge starts tightening control, because now it's clear she's not misunderstanding the situation. She's avoiding it.
Actually trying.
Hold on 1 second, Miss Paul. Mrs. Paul, you are asking some great questions, but they should come from me, okay?
I'm sorry, man. I'm
Just,
sorry, Your
just
Honor.
give me a minute.
Okay.
Just give me a minute. I understand the frustration. You all are grandparents. I remember correctly, Mr. Paul retired,
Yes, ma'am.
and you all have inherited a newborn baby. So I can definitely understand the frustration. But
yes,
just
ma'am.
give me a moment to get your daughter's side of the story here, okay?
Okay, yeah, because I should be living my best life right now.
You say that, baby.
Traveling, seeing the world.
I do not necessarily
changing the
disagree. Whether they act like they have money or broke, the point is that they have raised you and your sister. They should not be raising you and your sister's children.
Yes, ma'am, I hear that, but I'm actually trying. I graduated high school.
Congratulations.
I'm in residency school.
Congratulations.
And Christy, on the other hand,
This part reveals something deeper, mindset. While the grandparents are exhausted, she's talking about living her best life. And that disconnect is exactly what the court is reacting to. Because legally, once you become a parent, your priorities shift whether you're ready or not. The judge isn't punishing ambition or education, but she's making one thing crystal clear. You don't get to pause parenthood while chasing your own life.
We're not talking about her.
knows what
Excuse
she's
me,
doing in-
excuse me, we're not talking about
Okay.
Christy. We're here to talk about you. Let's not put any blame or anything on her. First of all, she's not here to defend herself.
Right?
Secondly, we're talking about a newborn baby here that belongs to you. So,
Yes, ma'am.
congratulations for graduating high school, being in school,
A year later.
but you're a parent. You're a parent now. And that's where I come in to make sure that you financially take care of this child.
Thank you.
Especially since the child doesn't live with you.
Exactly.
Lived. She only kept him for a week.
A week, Your Honor.
Miss Paul, is that true?
well, I have to get back to school.
So the answer is yes.
I'm out here trying to save lives. I mean, yes, but
But you're not trying to save your own
Oh.
baby's life?
Exactly.
Now we're hitting the emotional breaking point. The grandparents expose a critical fact. She only kept the baby for 1 week. 1 week. And suddenly, everything she's been saying about trying starts to collapse. Because in court, effort isn't measured by words, it's measured by action. And right now, the actions are telling a completely different story. So ask yourself, can someone really claim they're trying when they barely show up?
What make that make sense?
when I have the time, I see him.
When? When's
Yeah,
the last
when?
time you came and seen
I was
him?
just there last week.
After
For
what, a
5
month?
minutes?
That's the point. I will make time.
How is
if
that
I
beside
need
the
to.
point?
This is their first time bringing up the time situation to me. So when it becomes a problem and they let me know, then I will make time.
Okay.
It's-
But it's your baby. This is a baby. A 6-month-old needs a lot more time, attention,
Exactly.
feeding,
I don't have that.
diaper
That's why
change.
I gave him.
You didn't give him, you
Gave him?
left.
Well, that's why he's with you all, because you all have time.
We don't have
You're
time.
retired. You have nothing but time.
We want to travel.
And live.
Well, take him with y'all.
Miss
He's
Paul,
6
Miss Paul,
months
Miss Paul,
old.
Miss Paul.
Yes, ma'am.
Your parents came in here not to waste my time.
Thank you.
You obviously, with everything you're saying, is wasting my time because it's making 0 sense.
This is where the judge fully takes control. The excuses start piling up. School, time visits, but the judge cuts straight through it. Thousands of parents go to school and raise children at the same time. That's not extraordinary, it's expected. And this moment matters because the judge is resetting the standard. She's saying, your situation is not unique, so your responsibility doesn't change. No more exceptions, no more comparisons, just accountability.
0. Do
Who's
you
the
know
daddy
how many
anyway?
parents have gone to school? Excuse me, I'm talking to you. Address.
Yes.
Do you know how many parents have gone to school and have raised minor children? It happens every day, every single day. So you're not doing anything that's special. If you're choosing this route, then your parents have to do what they have to do and make sure that you're at least financially supporting these children. Now, how much is it that you're making?
I make about $48,000
What?
a year. Here they go.
They didn't even know you were making this kind of money?
I mean,
Answer the
not the
question.
one signing my
It's a
check.
yes or a no.
No,
You didn't tell your parents you're making this kind of money.
I didn't feel like I had to.
Why would you feel like that?
And now comes the twist that flips everything, her income. She's making $48,000 a year and never told her parents. That's not just surprising, it damages her credibility completely. Because now it's not about inability, it's about unwillingness. And in family court, that difference is everything. The judge now has clear evidence that she can support her child. She just chose not to. And that's a game changer.
Because it's my name that's on the check and not theirs.
You know what? Let me move over to your parents for
Okay.
1 second.
This little selfish little girl of ours. Oh my Lord.
What is this about? What type of relationship do you all have?
Well, we thought it was pretty good, but evidently it's worse off than I thought. I mean, we raised her to be a better person, but evidently she went off track somehow. But
Probably that year she went astray. That
probably,
year and a half.
yeah.
Okay.
She went astray for a year and a half
But
when
you're-
she was 16.
What I want to know is who's the father? I mean, what is the father doing? I mean,
You know, that is a good question, Mr.
mean-
Paul. Where is this child's father?
Do you even know who
Probably
he
in
is?
Hawaii with his wife or something.
What?
Oh,
I mean,
What?
he's married?
I said it was a mistake. I said it was
Why
a
did
mistake.
Okay. Now
Don't call
it's
him
making
a
sense
mistake.
now.
Call what you did was a mistake, but the
Exactly.
baby is not a mistake.
exactly.
Okay.
The only
Well, the mistake
boy
led
in the
to
family.
the baby, so kind of off.
Then comes another layer, the father. Married, absent, gone. And suddenly, the bigger picture comes into focus. Poor decisions, lack of stability, and now the consequences are landing on the grandparents. But again, the judge redirects the focus, because no matter what the father did or didn't do, her responsibility remains. This is a powerful moment because it strips away every external excuse and brings it back to one thing: ownership.
Sound like a mistake to me.
Okay,
But-
well, you know what? I'm not going to mistake these child support numbers once I give them to you, okay? Now, you said you make about $48,000 a year, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so that brings your gross to $4,000, making your net $3,356.08. Do you have any other children?
No,
Okay.
I don't know.
don't.
Mr. Paul, what was that?
Trust me, I don't, and I don't
I don't
plan
know.
on it.
She may have some more that we don't know about. So
Okay. Well, hopefully, if that's the case, you all do not have to take those kids in either.
thank you, Your Honor.
Miss Paul, I mean, this is ridiculous. You left that baby with your parents, do not provide any financial support, and then have the audacity not even to tell your parents how much money you're making. That's just wrong.
I didn't even think that I had to tell them how much money comes into
No.
my account.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Really?
You're wrong. Not going to sit up here and play like you're not. I'm telling you to your face, you're wrong. So, net is $3,356.08. Who can? Never mind. How much is health insurance for this baby?
What?
Like 250?
250, yeah, 250.
For the baby alone?
Yes.
Okay, all right. All right, so we're also gonna make you reimburse health insurance of $250.
Excuse me?
That oh, did you not hear me? You want me to say it a little louder? It's $250 for a health insurance reimbursement.
Now we hit the legal hammer. The judge calculates everything, income, expenses, insurance, and delivers the number, over $1,000 a month, including back pay. And watch her reaction, threatening to stop visiting her own child. That right there. That tells the court everything it needs to know. Because instead of stepping up, she's pulling back. And the judge makes it clear visitation is your choice, but payment is not.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're
Even
welcome.
though I was coming to visit him and stuff, like
Even though
Visit?
you were coming to
Yes.
visit, you just said something key. You said visit. You're the parent. They should be visiting,
Hello.
not the other way around. They've raised you and your sister. It's not their responsibility to raise your child. So since they have chosen to take on that responsibility, you're going to be responsible for the financial side. Is there anything further?
no ma'am.
Okay. Is there anything further, Mr. and Mrs. Harrell? I mean, I'm sorry, Mr. and Mrs. Paul. I called you by your first name,
Yes,
Mr.
yes,
Paul.
that's okay. That's okay. Anything else, baby?
Well, let's take what we can get because anything else?
Okay. No, I think
Why
that's
my
it.
money?
Okay. Excuse me, ma'am?
Yes, I'm sorry, excuse me, when you get done.
Yes, ma'am. Was there something else you needed to
No,
let me?
ma'am.
I heard you mumble a little bit. I didn't know if you had something else to say.
I had something in my throat.
Oh, okay.
I bet you did.
Mrs. Paul. Mr. Paul, that's inappropriate.
Oh,
Mrs.
I'm sorry.
Paul.
I'm sorry.
We just need to make sure, we need to set up visitation schedule because she does need to take care of them.
Yes, she does.
When we travel.
Well, here's the deal. Legally, you can't force her to do that, okay? The only thing you all can do is, make sure you maintain your custody, right? And she can see the baby, but that's gonna depend on what she wants to do.
And just like that, the case closes, but the message is loud. The judge didn't just enforce child support, she exposed the gap between responsibility and reality. A child left behind, grandparents forced to step in, and a parent who had the means, but not the mindset. And that final line hits hard. You can't force someone to be a parent, but you can make them pay. So what do you think? Was this justice, or just the bare minimum? If this case stunned you too, drop your take in the comments, hit like, and subscribe for more courtroom drama like this.
Today, you're the petitioner. Looks like we found mom.
Finally found her.
Okay, finally found her. What can I do for you today?
Well, Your Honor, I'm here to get some justice. I think it's time that I get back what I've been giving out.
What do you mean by that?
Money. I've been giving so much money and she hasn't even been here.
Right. Well, before we really get started, are the kids in the car with the dog again today?
Kids aren't in the car, Your Honor. The dog got hit, the doggy wheelchair.
Okay.
So
All right. Well, I'm sorry to hear that about the dog, but the kids are fine.
they're with the neighbor.
All right, guys, this one's gonna hit hard. A father walks into court after months of silence from a mother. No visits, no support, nothing. But here's where it flips. She finally shows up, and not quietly. There's attitude, excuses, and something much deeper underneath. The real question is, did she abandon her responsibilities, or is there a side we haven't heard yet?
Okay, good. Just wanted to make sure. So, what's been going on? I mean, it's been a few months since I've seen you.
Right.
So, it looks like you were here. Back when you
Don't
were
look at
here,
me
they
like
had
that.
a. Excuse me?
She just looking at me crazy.
I'll make it easier for you. You focus on me.
Right.
Don't focus. Excuse me.
Sorry, Judge.
Don't be sorry. Just don't do it. This is your
He
first
gets my
time here
blood
today.
boiling.
And if I remember correct, you filed the lawsuit on him previously and had the audacity not to show up. So you definitely need to pipe down.
Okay, I chose money though.
Okay, well.
Right away, you can feel the tension building. The judge isn't just listening, she's watching behavior. Interruptions, attitude, side comments, these things matter in court. Because legally, credibility isn't just about facts, it's about how you present yourself. And already, one side is starting to lose that trust before even telling their story.
You may have, and we're going to get into that and see how much money you probably are going to be paying on child support, but we want to, oh my gosh.
You see? God don't like ugly.
Oh.
You know what? You talking about you?
God don't like ugly.
You know, this happens every now and then when the weather is bad outside.
No,
things happen in court.
And that evil
the weather is bad
that she
outside.
got.
You know what? Talk to the judge. Don't direct me.
Okay, what she just said is right, all right? But I'm not agreeing with you in the sense that, you know what I mean? Let me tell him to be quiet and talk to me only.
I got you,
all right,
Judge.
Mr. Clough, continue. So, as I was saying, it's been a few months. So the kids have been with you, looks like it's been about 7 or 8 months now.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right? So in this 7 or 8 months, has mom been paying?
Now, this is critical. 7 to 8 months with the kids and no financial support from a mother. In family law, that's huge. Courts look at consistency, stability, and contribution. So when one parent steps up and the other disappears, the balance starts tipping fast. The question is, can she justify that absence?
Have you been paying?
Well, no, that's not how this
hasn't,
works. That's not how this works.
She hasn't been paying.
All right.
She has not been paying.
Has she at least been visiting with the children?
She hasn't visited the children, but she visited that man in jail that she ran.
Oh, the one that was in the car that you
In the
really couldn't
Cutlass,
see?
yeah.
The Cutlass. Oh, yeah, that's right, that's right.
He got arrested not too long after I saw you for the PPP loan. Is that correct?
No.
That's how she got that.
incorrect. That's incorrect.
She got what? What's that?
You know, from the last time. She got the booty in the booty.
What they call it something though?
Yeah, the BBL. She know.
Oh.
Why are you telling my business?
And here comes the emotional twist. She hasn't visited her kids, but allegedly visited someone in jail instead. Whether that's fully accurate or not, it creates a powerful narrative in court. Because perception matters. The judge is now seeing priorities, and that can directly influence custody and support decisions.
People need to know.
People don't need to know nothing. That's for the gram.
Anyway, Your Honor.
I mean, I wanted to know, but you know, we're not here for that. We're not here for that. I'm not going to be petty. So, you are seeking to put mom on child support.
I am.
All right. And health insurance. Who's covering? Well, I would assume she's not. Are you covering health insurance? Are they on Medicaid? What's going on?
Well, I wasn't at first, but I got a promotion at work.
All right. Congratulations.
I appreciate that.
All right.
I may be a manager at the McDonald's, so I'm making a little bit more, and I was able to put 2 of the kids on insurance, but not all of them.
Okay.
So.
All right. So the other ones, what are they doing?
Well, my other job kind of covers that as well.
Okay. All right. So at least all of the children are insured.
They are.
All right. How much is that insurance total for the?
On McDonald's or the other job?
No, just in total.
It's about $350.
$350. Okay.
Now, the father reveals something important. He's working, got promoted, and is trying to provide insurance for the kids. This is exactly what courts reward: effort and responsibility. Even if he can't cover everything, showing initiative strengthens his position. Meanwhile, the pressure is quietly building on the other side to explain the gap.
All right. Is there anything else you want me to know before I move over to her?
I think that's about it, Your Honor. Just ready to hold her accountable.
Okay.
Boy.
Okay, Miss Daniels.
Yes, Judge. Sorry.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
Judge, I'm sorry.
Are you here to be pretty, or are you here to tell me your side of the story as to why you shouldn't pay child support today?
A little bit of both, Judge. But I'm
not interested in whether you're here to be pretty or not. That has nothing to do with my ruling. You understand it, right?
I do, Judge.
All right.
But
so
I should be pretty for you.
Well, let's stick to the facts. I could care less how you look.
Facts.
Please do.
The fact
and quickly,
is,
and quickly, without all the extra.
Not extra at all. The fact is, Judge, I had these children for 10 years before I put them on your doorstep. He was barely doing anything. That's why I petitioned the court, Judge.
Okay, well, here's the deal. You petitioned.
Yeah.
He showed up. You
He did.
didn't. I dismissed
I had an
it.
opportunity, Judge. Had to take it.
Okay. And could you do me a favor? Could you, if you're going, I don't allow gum chewing, but if you don't have anywhere to put it, I would suggest
Can I
you
swallow?
at least.
I'm good at that.
The judge immediately shuts down distractions, appearance, attitude, even body language. Why? Because none of that matters legally. This is about responsibility, not presentation. And when someone walks into court focused on everything except the facts, judges see that as a red flag. So now the tone is set. This is going to be about accountability.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now you see.
What?
Mr. Clough, Ms. Daniels, continue, please.
Well, that's why I petitioned the court. I do apologize for not showing up, Judge, but let me tell you, I came up, you know.
Oh,
I
let's
wasn't
talk
getting
about
nothing
this
from him.
come up. What kind of come up we talking about?
Judge, I met a man who said he can change my life, Judge.
All right, so how financially, did he change this life of yours?
Not too much.
Oh, yes.
Mr. Clough,
I know.
Mr. Clough. We don't know, let's hear her side of the story because I'm pretty sure she's gonna spend stuff about finances.
Judge, Clough don't know nothing. Listen, understand that I got at least, 6 figures in the bank.
Now we finally hear her side, but instead of stability, we get a come-up story. A man, a promise, a life change, but no clear financial reality. And this is where things start collapsing. Courts don't deal in vague success. They need numbers, proof, consistency. So the real question becomes, is this success real or just perception?
Oh, okay.
Had 6 figures in the bank.
You said what now?
Mr. Clough, again,
Federale is gonna take
I'm
it.
not,
I put it
excuse me,
overseas.
Ms. Daniels, when I speak, both of you be quiet. Mr. Clough, there will be no more outbursts, okay? I understand you both are frustrated, emotions are high, but let me get through this hearing, okay? Because if I can't get through it, guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna reset it. And I know neither one of you wanna pay for court parking again, right?
I don't.
You don't wanna take off your work, right?
Only one of us will be here.
Okay, but you want some sort of relief, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so in order for me to do that, I have to hear the facts. Now, Ms. Daniels, again.
So, like I said,
No, let me direct you really quick. You're getting ready to talk about these 6 figures you have in the bank.
I do.
All right, how much money we talking?
We talking about, 300-400, you know what I'm saying?
Bullshit.
The moment she claims 6 figures, everything changes. Because now, legally, that becomes the basis for child support. In court, your own words can define your financial obligation. And if you exaggerate or speak loosely, it can cost you thousands. This is where confidence can turn into a very expensive mistake.
Sorry.
I said no more outbursts.
I was coughing. I'm sorry.
It's true.
It's your allergies.
Yeah.
Handle that. You need some tissue?
No. No, thank you.
Okay. Ms. Daniels, that's what you have in the bank. How much money are you making annually?
Well, it kind of just depends on the year and how many promotions I get, how many companies want to invest in me. So it just depends. Anywhere between.
When are you gonna answer my question?
Judge, it's a difficult question for me because, sometimes I can have a promotion that's $500 or I can have a promotion that's $50,000. So,
Ms. Daniels, you know I don't have a lot of time, right? I have other cases I need to get here.
I do understand that.
Right, so you obviously came here to waste my time.
I didn't.
You did, because I asked you a very simple question.
Judge, I have a simple answer.
On average, how much do you make in a year?
Watch how the judge handles this. She simplifies everything. One clear question: how much do you make annually? No distractions, no stories. And when the answer isn't direct, it signals something deeper. Courts interpret hesitation as uncertainty or even avoidance, and that weakens your position instantly.
Judge, I'd like to say maybe about 30 to 100K.
Okay, 30 to 100,000?
Yeah.
So we just gonna take the high end so we can keep this moving, because you came here to waste my time and I do not have time to. And is this from an employer or are you self-employed?
I
what do
am
we do?
self-employed.
All right.
I do influence.
What do you influence?
I influence the world.
You clearly aren't influencing. You said the world?
The world.
Well, that doesn't include these 5 children because you don't even go and see them, right?
It's just been the last couple months.
Well,
okay?
no, excuse me. You're influencing everyone but these children that you do not have anything to do with and you do not financially support. You said they were with you. Excuse me?
It's hot.
What are we doing here?
It's getting hot.
She trying to show you what she had
The BBL?
done. Yeah.
I'm not interested in the BBL. Let me tell you what I'm about to do. I'm about to make these numbers go BBL, okay?
Judge, can I?
Now it's official. The judge takes the highest estimate and locks it in. That's how this works. If you can't give a clear income, the court will choose the number that ensures the children are protected. And suddenly, everything she said earlier starts working against her. This is a textbook example of self-inflicted damage in court.
Can I speak briefly?
Briefly. Make it quick.
Quickly, in the last few months, it has been a downtrend due to inflation and all that stuff. People aren't paying as much.
How much was your BBL?
I didn't pay for that.
How much was it? How much was it?
I mean, you know, I got more than the BBL. I had tube sock titties, so I got the boobies, then I got the booty, and then I got all that. So he probably paid $35,000,
$1,000?
Yeah, he did.
Oh yeah, let me hurry up and get you out of here with these numbers.
but I didn't pay
You are
that.
about to pay child support. You have 5 children total, or do you have other children outside of these 5 that are under the age of 18?
No, I don't.
Okay,
They're grown.
so just the 5 children, right?
Yes.
All right, so 5 children, that is going to be at the 40%. And you said health insurance was about $350, right?
Yes, Shauna.
All right. So your child support, you're looking at monthly. So with your testimony being on the high end of $100,000, that's what I just based your child support off of. So, I mean, well, I was going to make it higher than that and do it like the $350,000. Then that would make you cap out. But
I think you should do that.
well,
No.
Here comes a ruling, and it's heavy. 5 children, 40% calculation, plus insurance reimbursement. This isn't random. This is structured, calculated, and legally grounded. The judge is prioritizing the children's stability. And now the reality hits. This isn't about lifestyle anymore. It's about responsibility.
I have to accept her testimony is true, but I don't really think that it's going to help her too much because her child support is still going to be pretty hefty. So I have your gross at $8,333.33. That brings your net to $6,512.07. So times the 40%, that brings your child support amount to $2,604.
Is that a week, Your Honor? Or?
How often are you paid? Are you paid by the day? You paid by the month? How are you paid?
Judge, it just depends. I would.
She
say,
just
though,
answered my question. That's a monthly amount.
I mean, that's
How
great
she's
monthly.
paid, it'll just break down, but the amount is $2,604 plus.
I can give you that.
Plus
You need it.
$350 reimbursement for the children, so that brings your monthly rate to $2,954.
Can the kids stay with him now?
The kids will continue to live with him because that's who they live with, and obviously
They can stay.
you care more about a BBL than them.
That's
Right.
not true.
And we don't know when she's gonna run off again with the next guy.
No, next guy. I'm good.
It'll be a caprice this time.
I'm good.
Oh, okay. So we're good with the numbers then. Is there anything
great.
further? All right, is there anything further that you want me to know that's related to this?
Judge, briefly about visitation. How does that work?
The kids are gonna stay with him and you guys are gonna work that out.
Get along very well, as you can see.
Well, obviously, but I mean, they need to stay with him and probably see you on weekends if you're so busy.
That's my busiest time, Judge. I can't do weekends. Maybe Monday to Tuesday.
Well, they go to school.
All right, and I'm at work.
Are you gonna get them to school?
And just like that, the case wraps up, but the impact is huge. A mother who came in confident walks out with nearly $3,000 a month in child support. The biggest lesson here? In court, your words, your actions, and your priorities all get exposed. So what do you think? Was the judge fair or too harsh? Drop your take below, hit like, and subscribe for more courtroom drama like this.
Okay, Miss Wilson, you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
Well, I have a son named Tanner Wilson, and
Okay.
he has a daughter with Nikki. And Tanner is in the military. Nikki is off at school, but she's not helping do anything. I've been raising their child for the past 6 months, so I'm not getting any help or assistance or anything from her.
All right, guys, this one is going to hit hard. A grandmother walks into court, not for herself, but because she's been raising her grandchild alone for 6 months while both parents live their own lives. One's in the military, the other's in college. But here's the twist, one of them completely checked out. The question is, can you really walk away from your own child just because life got inconvenient?
Okay.
So I need some type of child support from her.
And where is Tanner?
Tanner's in the military.
Oh, he's
in the military.
So when you say he's in the military, he's away in the military?
Yes, he
Okay.
is.
All right. And Nikki, does she visit child? Does she bring you any groceries?
She doesn't do anything. I mean, she went off to school. She's in New York, so she'll come home sometimes and get her on, breaks or something. But half the time when she's home on breaks, I don't even know she's home.
Oh, wow.
So she doesn't really do much of anything.
So she will come into town and not see her child?
Yes.
How old is Sterling?
She's 2.
Okay. 2 years old. Does she go to daycare or anything?
Yeah, she goes to daycare, and I pay for all of that.
How much is daycare?
Right away, the court is dealing with something serious. This isn't just about money, it's about responsibility. The grandmother is covering everything: daycare, daily care, emotional support. And legally, when a parent steps away like this, the court doesn't look at excuses, it looks at obligation. So ask yourself, if someone else is raising your child full time, should they have to beg for help?
Oh gosh, $200 a week.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is pretty expensive.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Is there anything else you want me to know before I move over to Miss Nikki?
I just, see her like on all these TikTok videos and on Facebook where she's partying and clubbing. I mean, I get it. You're in college and you want to have fun, but don't forget that you have a responsibility.
Okay.
You still have a child at home that needs you. A mother needs some help.
And I agree with that.
Yeah, she's just not being a good mom right now.
Okay. All right. Miss Nikki, why are you not being a good mom?
It's not that I'm not being a good mom, it's just that I'm in school full time.
Okay.
And
so being in school full time means you can't be a mom?
Well, I'm away at school.
Now here's where it gets uncomfortable. The mother admits she's away at school, but the judge isn't buying that as a full excuse. Because in family law, being busy doesn't cancel being a parent. And when the grandmother reveals that she barely even visits her child when she's in town, that's when this case starts shifting emotionally. Is this neglect or just misplaced priorities?
So on my breaks, I go home.
Away at school means you cannot be a good mom?
I am a good mom. I am going to school full time. The point is when I got pregnant, I didn't want to have a child. I was in school. I didn't want that for myself.
Okay, but the baby is here now.
She is.
She's 2. So besides going to school, what else do you have that defines you as a good mom?
I mean, I do what I can.
As in what?
As in,
she just said
she's here
that,
now.
Excuse me, she just said that you are not providing any financial information and you barely come to visit the child when you're in town.
This moment right here is a turning point. The mother says she didn't even want the child in the first place. That honesty, it hits, but it also hurts her case. Because once that child is born, the law doesn't care about what you wanted back then, it cares about what you're doing now. So the real question becomes, can regret ever justify absence?
Like I said, when I got pregnant, I did not want a baby. She was like, I wanted a granddaughter. And I was like, I'm sorry, I don't.
Oh, I get it. So because you didn't want Sterling and she did, she is
We had a
her
whole agreement
responsibility.
before this. Like, she was like, I'll take care of her. I wanted another child.
Right, she will take care of her. I don't
Yes.
believe she thought that she was going to be raising another child on her own. Am I right about that?
Yes.
She
We
is
had
a
this
grandmother.
conversation. I'm in school full time. I told her I
How
can't.
long do you have left in school?
I have a year left.
So Sterling is going to be with her another year, and then another year and another year. She's just going to raise the baby.
No, I will have a job by then. I'll be working.
Okay.
She's 2. She won't remember any of this.
Now the agreement comes out. The mother claims the grandmother agreed to raise the child while she finished school. But here's the legal reality. Private agreements don't erase parental responsibility. The judge immediately sees through that. Because no matter what was said, you can't sign away being a parent. So was this a misunderstanding or a convenient excuse?
I'm just going to play like you did not say that.
She won't. I mean, I when I go home, I see her, we FaceTime, all of that.
You
I
obviously came here to
when
waste my time.
No, I'm not. I mean, I don't understand.
I mean, I don't understand either, because you said as I was saying and you still haven't said anything.
I said what I had to say. I'm in school full time. What do I do?
Take care of your child. You can.
I do the best that I can.
Okay. So is it true what she said about you being on social media, going to clubs and all that kind of stuff?
Yes, I am a influencer.
And then comes one of the most shocking lines. She won't remember any of this. That right there, that changes everything. Because now it's not just about money, it's about mindset. The judge hears that as emotional detachment. And in court, that kind of thinking can destroy your credibility fast. So let me ask you, does a child's memory define your responsibility or your character?
So I try to get
wait a
brand
minute,
deals.
hold on. You said you're in school full time, you don't work,
Correct.
but influencers get paid.
I haven't gotten paid
Come on,
in a
make
while.
it make sense.
I haven't gotten paid in a while.
But you get paid
Yes.
and you can send money for Sterling, right?
Yes, and I do.
And you don't.
I do.
That's not what she just said. So is she being untruthful? Or
I
are
do.
you
I
being
do what I can.
untruthful?
I am in school full time. I don't know what else. This is so crazy to me, like why we're right here right now, because
We're here right now because
Now the social media angle comes in, and this is where perception matters. The grandmother sees partying, clubbing, influencer life, while she's struggling to pay daycare. Legally, income matters, but morally, optics matter too. Because if you have time to build a lifestyle online, the court expects you to contribute in real life. So is this freedom or avoidance?
grandmother needs some financial
grandmother
assistance for her
chose
child.
this life. Grandmother chose the life.
You know what?
I didn't choose this life. However, I love my daughter to pieces. I don't regret anything. However, I would have liked to wait.
So grandmother chose this life.
Yes, grandmother wanted to take care of her. It's okay, I'll take care of her while you're in school. And all of a sudden, something changed, which is why we're sitting here now.
Can you believe this?
I really can't. I mean, I expected you to help. Of course, I'm not going
I have a year
to.
left. I do what I can.
So Sterling
So
is
it's a year left of her taking care of your daughter. You and Tanner's daughter.
This is what you wanted.
But I thought you
You
were going to
said that
help.
you were
and
gonna
be
take care
I
of
thought
her.
you were going to still be a good
Ooh,
mom
Miss
to
Nikki,
Sterling.
you are
though.
so unbelievable right
Yes.
now.
The argument escalates, and you can feel the tension rising. The mother keeps repeating, I do what I can, but the judge is looking for specifics, money, time, effort. Because in court, vague effort doesn't count, measurable support does. And right now, the numbers just aren't adding up. So here's the big question. How much is doing your best really worth?
You are the mom. She is the grandmother.
Exactly.
What part of that don't you understand?
I understand all of it. We had a whole agreement that she would raise the child until I was out of school. So when I come home, I do see my child. I do.
Barely.
You know what?
But I don't know what changed. I don't know if she got a little boyfriend or something.
What difference would it make if she had a boyfriend? That is
Because
none of
she
your
chose
business.
this life.
Excuse me.
I could have
You
waited.
chose this life. You had the child with Miss Wilson, Miss or Mrs. I'm sorry.
Miss.
Miss Wilson did not have the child. You did. The child is your responsibility, not grandmother's. Whether she wanted a grandchild or not. I know a lot of grandparents that say, oh, when are you going to have me a grandchild?
This is where the judge takes full control. She draws a clear line. Grandmother is helping, not replacing. And that distinction is everything. Because legally, the responsibility never left the parents. The judge even calls out the idea that wanting a grandchild equals full-time parenting. That's not how the law works. So, who really owns this responsibility?
I want a grandchild. They never anticipate that phrase to mean I 100% am taking care of the child. You are unbelievable right now.
I'm not. I'm really not.
You really are.
No,
So
I'm
you know
really
what?
not.
What we're going to go ahead and do is get Miss Wilson the proper financial support that she needs to take care of your daughter. So you understand that. Let me repeat it again. Your daughter. So you don't walk out of this courtroom believing that someone else has the obligation of taking care of your child. She does not have to step in and do anything.
She does not, but she
She's
chose
doing
to.
it. She's
so don't
doing
complain
it.
about it now. Don't complain about it now. Supposed to do this.
I don't need you to
didn't-
complain about these numbers when I read them off to you, okay? So, Ms. Wilson, Tanner, you say he's in the military. Do you know how much money he makes?
I don't know how much he makes.
Now we move into decision mode. The judge shuts down the confusion and makes it crystal clear. This child belongs to the parents, not the grandmother. And from here, it's no longer about arguments, it's about numbers. Because once the court starts calculating support, emotions take a back seat to financial accountability.
Okay. Health insurance. I know typically they have decent health insurance in the military. Do you have any idea of how much that costs?
About 108. Tanner takes care of that part.
Tanner takes care of that, so let me just make sure I make a note of that. All right. And mom doesn't do anything.
Nothing.
Okay. And you said that 6
I do a lot.
months the child has been with you?
Yes.
Okay. Daycare is $800 a month. Mm-hmm. Okay, so what I'm going to do, when you're influencing, let me ask you a question. How much money are you getting off of that consistently?
Consistently, I would say maybe $2,000 a month.
Here's the twist. The mother actually has income. Influencer money. Around $2,000 a month. And suddenly, the narrative changes. Because now the court sees capacity, not limitation. If you can earn, you can contribute. And when she admits she hasn't been sending support consistently, that's the moment her case starts collapsing. So was this ever about inability or choice?
$2,000 a month? And you haven't sent her anything?
I mean, I had books to pay for.
Right, so your books cost $2,000. Are you getting financial aid from school?
I have maxed out all my financial aid. I maxed out all my loans. I don't know what else to do. I'm doing what I can. Like I said, I'm
Have
doing
you
what I
ever
can.
considered moving from New York? I know it's expensive
No,
to
I
live
have
there.
a huge internship. Why would I?
Oh.
No,
Okay, so your internship is more important than raising your daughter.
no, it is not. But I am doing this for my daughter.
Oh, okay.
So
That's what you believe. That's fine.
And just like that, the judge locks it in. Both parents are ordered to pay child support, plus back pay to the grandmother. No more excuses, no more shifting responsibility. This case wasn't just about money, it was about accountability finally catching up. The grandmother gets relief, and the parents get a reality check. If this case stunned you too, drop your take in the comments, hit like, and subscribe for more courtroom drama like this.
Okay, Miss Brown, you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
Well, Your Honor, my sister, Jazz, she drops her 4 children off at my house all the time. I have 1 child, that's all I had.
This one's gonna hit hard because what you're about to see isn't just a family disagreement, it's a complete breakdown of responsibility. One sister steps up and raises 4 kids that aren't even hers, while the actual mother walks into court acting like she's doing enough with just $20. But here's the twist. Once the judge starts asking questions, everything begins to fall apart. And by the end of this case, the reality check is brutal. So the question is, was this just struggle or straight up neglect?
And so I'm looking to receive some child support for these children because I'm taking care of them more than she is.
And how many children did you say?
She has 4 children.
And all 4 live with you?
Yes, I'm just gonna say they do, yes.
Do they or don't they?
They're there all the time, so yes.
Okay, how long have they been living
all
with
the
you?
time?
Excuse me, ma'am. I'm talking to her. I'm not talking to you. You will have your opportunity to speak in just a moment, okay? Thank you.
Right here, the foundation of the case is being built, and it's already serious. The sister admits these kids have basically been living with her for 3 years, which legally shifts everything. This isn't babysitting anymore. This is full-time caregiving. And in family court, time matters. The longer someone provides care, the stronger their position becomes. So now ask yourself, if someone raises your kids for years, do you still get to act like you're in control?
So how long have they been living with you?
For about 3 years now.
3 years?
Yes.
That is all the time. Okay. And has your sister given you any type of child support for her kids?
No, she has not. She'll give me $20 here and there, but
$20 for 4 kids?
$20, yes.
What about health insurance? How are these children covered under health insurance?
They do not have health insurance.
Because you won't put them on there.
Excuse me. That's the last outburst from you, okay? Thank you.
Now we get into the financial side, and this is where things start looking even worse. No consistent child support, no health insurance, just random $20 payments. In legal terms, that's not support. That's symbolic at best. And the judge immediately starts calculating responsibility. Because once a parent fails to provide basic needs like medical coverage, the court doesn't see excuses, it sees neglect. So at this moment, the case is already shifting heavily against the mother.
Health insurance, is it available through your job?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
It is.
So if I were to order that the children are enrolled in health insurance, you're able to do that through your employer?
Yes, I am. I work for an advertising firm, so
okay.
Yeah, they should be able to
do you know about how much it would cost?
Roughly $250 for all 4.
Okay, $250 for all 4, okay. All right, is there anything else you want to let me know before I move over here to your sister?
No, you can talk to her.
Okay, now it's your turn.
First off, those are her nieces. She never says that when I drop them off.
Those are your kids.
I understand that. But I'm trying to make a living for me and my kids. I'm an upcoming artist. I have to go to clubs every night to make appearances.
What kind of artist are you?
I sing and I rap.
I've never heard you.
This is where the energy changes completely. The mother steps in, and instead of taking responsibility, she starts defending her lifestyle, saying she's an upcoming artist, going to clubs every night. But here's the problem. That doesn't cancel out your legal duty as a parent. The judge isn't here for dreams or ambitions. She's here for facts. And right now, the fact is simple. For kids are being raised by someone else. So the real question is, should passion ever come before your children?
Okay, well, do you get on Spotify? Because I'm on there. I can sing for y'all right now.
No, thank you.
Look.
But, I mean, here's the reality of it is, you have 4 children that you need to, regardless.
Am supporting them.
You're not supporting them, giving them $20. $20 is not $20. Excuse me. $20 is barely enough to purchase 2 of them something to eat at a fast food restaurant.
Okay, I drop them off with some little Debbie cakes sometimes. Like, they good. It's a
snack. Did you really just say?
This moment is honestly shocking. The mother tries to justify giving snacks and small money like it's enough. But the judge shuts that down instantly because raising children isn't about occasional gestures, it's about consistent support. And when she can't even keep track of how many kids she has. That's not just embarrassing, it damages her credibility in court. At this point, you can feel the judge losing patience. And once that happens, the outcome usually doesn't go your way.
They are 5, 4, and 3. Like, they don't need no big old meal or nothing.
5, 4, and 3. You're missing one.
Ma'am.
You don't even know
how
how old.
twins.
Oh, okay.
They're both 5. Yes, ma'am.
2, 5. So you expect to support 4 children of Little Debbie snacks? Is that what you're telling me
provide
here
the Little
today?
Debbie snacks. So how is she supporting them off of Little Debbie snacks?
Now the judge starts digging into income, and this is where things get exposed. The mother admits she earns money doing nails and other work, but still only gives $20. That's a huge contradiction, because legally, support is based on ability to pay, not what you feel like giving. And once you admit income in court, there's no going back. So now the judge has exactly what she needs to calculate real child support, and trust me, it's not going to be $20.
And you think there's nothing wrong with what you're saying, right?
No. I'm doing what I can.
Well, you need to sing some more because obviously you're underpaid and you need to be paying your
Ma'am,
sister.
I'm upcoming underpaid. I'm getting whatever I can get. I do nails on the side too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So how much are you making with doing nails?
I mean, whenever I have a client like every day, maybe $100 a week, maybe that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how much of that do you give your sister besides $20?
Whenever I
Zero.
get that, I give her a little bit of something.
No, that is unacceptable. And the fact that you came in this courtroom and actually admitted that.
This is the turning point. The judge makes it crystal clear. Is not the sister's responsibility to raise those children. That line right there resets the entire case. Because legally, the biological parent carries the burden, no matter the situation. And the moment you leave your kids with someone long-term, the court expects financial accountability. So now, the mother is no longer defending herself. She's being held accountable.
It's very sad.
Admitted what?
That you have not been supporting your children. You know what? I'm not about to play this game
I
with you.
have been.
Obviously, you came here to waste my time. You have not been supporting them with $20 and Little Debbie snacks. And don't
She's
say that
talking
again.
about a couple times $20.
Oh, I'm
A
sorry.
couple of times is
food
a couple of times.
in their mouth
Excuse
when
me.
they're home
She
with
drops
me.
off.
Hold on 1 second. Excuse me. It is not her responsibility to take care of your children. If you are going to leave your, excuse me, you obviously don't understand because you're not listening to what I said.
And now the evidence hits. The tax return shows an income of $30,000 a year. That's huge because once documented income is on record, the judge can calculate exact obligations. There's no guessing anymore. No excuses. Just numbers. And this is where many people lose their case. They forget that paperwork speaks louder than words. So now ask yourself, was it smart to come into court with evidence that contradicts your own story?
If you are going to leave your children with your sister, first of all, it needs to be an agreement. She even wants to take in 4 additional children.
If she didn't want them, she could say that. She's never said that.
No, it doesn't
I've
matter.
definitely
These are
said
your
that.
No, you
children,
haven't.
not hers. You know what's going to happen today? You're going to pay her some child support, and it's going to be more than $20. I can assure you that.
This moment right here says everything about attitude. While the judge is calculating child support, the mother starts painting her nails. That's not just disrespectful, it shows a complete lack of seriousness. And judges notice that instantly. In court, behavior matters just as much as facts. So when you act like the situation isn't important, the judge may respond by making it very important. And that's exactly what's about to happen.
Now, you said you provided this, never mind. This tax return, who did this?
One of her boyfriends.
No.
One of her
It
boyfriends.
was my last baby daddy mafia. Okay, he did it for me.
Oh,
He been doing taxes for years.
Right, and he reported you at $30,000 a year?
Yeah, about that.
Here comes the number, and it's a reality check. $701 in child support plus $250 for health insurance. That brings it to $951 a month. And suddenly, the same person who was casually giving $20 is now facing a legally enforceable obligation. This is how fast things change in court. One moment you're defending yourself, the next you're locked into payments you can't ignore. So was this outcome predictable or completely avoidable?
That's all you made?
Yeah, just about that.
Okay. Let me go ahead and calculate these numbers because you obviously came here to waste my time. So at $30,000, I have your gross calculated at $2,500.
Yeah.
Excuse, are you painting your nails in my courtroom?
Yeah, I didn't have time because I had to be here
Go
this early in the
ahead
morning.
and put the top on that nail polish. Because I need you to pay attention when I read these numbers off to you. Because I can assure you,
You need to know what I make.
I can assure you it's going to be more than $20. How about that?
That's
Your Honor,
fine.
you see what I have to deal with.
I definitely see what you have to deal with, but you know, I can't necessarily control how your sister behaves.
Now the panic sets in. I can't afford that. But here's the harsh truth. The court doesn't base decisions on comfort. It bases them on responsibility. And the judge's response is powerful. If you're up and coming, then you'll eventually pay it anyway. That's long-term accountability. The court isn't just looking at today, it's looking at your future earnings too. So at this point, the case is over, but the consequences are just beginning.
That is up to her, but we can make sure that you are receiving more than $20, okay?
I appreciate that.
So at $2,500 gross, that brings your net to $2,004. And you said $250? Okay. So your child support obligation for 4 children, $701 plus.
$701. I can't afford that. I got gas.
Oh, now you're paying
food,
attention.
I got a.
Oh, okay. So
Whatever.
$701
Yeah.
plus the $250 comes out, that's what you're gonna pay your sister.
I don't have that, ma'am, so.
Well, you know
I
what,
don't
it
know,
doesn't
whatever
matter.
you need to
So
do.
why do I see you on
ordered that, so I'm
Instagram
not gonna
popping
have.
bottles at the club? Why do I see that?
Guess what? Guess what? It
'cause
doesn't
guys
even
buy
matter.
that for me.
It doesn't even matter. You know why? Because you're up and coming, which means one day you're going to be up and you're going to be coming to pay this $951 in child support. Is there anything further?
No.
Is there anything further?
I ain't got that. I already told you that. So,
Okay,
I mean,
so you don't
can
have
write
any
it
other
up, but-
questions? All right. You all are dismissed.
This case is a perfect example of what happens when responsibility is ignored for too long. One sister stepped up and raised 4 kids for years, while the parent tried to justify doing the bare minimum. But in the end, the court didn't care about excuses. It cared about facts, time, and responsibility. And that's why the outcome hits so hard that if this case stunned you too, drop your take in the comments, hit like, and subscribe for more courtroom drama like this.
Okay. You brought this case before the court. What's going on?
Well, I'm bringing my son to court to see if I can get some assistance for his son, my grandson, Julian. 6 years old. Juan and Julian's mom were together up until about 3 years ago.
Okay.
Had a good life, beautiful home. They were set.
All right, guys, this one is going to hit hard. A grandmother comes to court not for herself, but for her 6-year-old grandson after being left to raise him for years with little real help. She is grieving the loss of her husband, struggling financially, and trying to hold everything together, while the child's father seems detached from the real burden. And what makes this case even more serious is that money may have already been coming in for the child, just not going where it should have been.
Then one day he comes to me. I've never talked to her since she left him. She abandoned him, she abandoned the whole family, including the grandson. So he comes and he says, look, she's gone and whatever. Okay, I just need some help with Julian. She left him too. Well, of course I'm gonna say yes, you know. At that time, it was just me and my husband. So Julian had his grandpa, he had me, and everything was fine. Well, last year, Grandpa passed away.
Sorry about that.
Thank you. And things have gotten tougher because of that. So to the point where I came out of retirement, I'm Ubering when Julian's at school.
Right away, you can feel the emotional weight of this case, because this is not a grandmother asking for extras. This is a grandmother asking for help after stepping in when the parents failed to do their job. She explains that she came out of retirement, started driving Uber, and kept the child's life as stable as possible. Legally, that matters because when a child is mainly being cared for by someone else, the court can recognize that person as the one who should be receiving support.
And his life hasn't changed at all. He's still literally in the house that he was in when they were a family. And he doesn't visit, like, Julian's like detached from him because it's been 3 years that he'll come around.
I do see
you
him.
know?
I do see him.
And
I'll get to you.
And
Okay.
he
Sorry,
comes around, but I don't get any financial support. I don't see that his life has changed at all. And we had to move out of the house that me and my husband shared. And unfortunately, in this big city, the best place I could find is literally a 1-bedroom.
This part really shows the contrast in how the child is living versus how the father is living. The grandmother is in a 1-bedroom apartment. The child is sleeping on the sofa, and she is doing everything she can just to make ends meet. Meanwhile, the father still seems to have a much more comfortable setup. In court, details like that matter because judges do not just look at what people say, they look at where the real day-to-day sacrifice is happening.
So thank goodness Julian's small right now. He can sleep on the sofa without too much discomfort. I have the bedroom. And so when he comes over and visits, of course he can't stay because there's no place for him to stay. These are his words. He can't stay. And Julian he's just like some man that comes over because he comes over so rarely. What really ticked me off was a little bit back ago, he went and bought Julian some clothes. He also bought himself some clothes. But what my grandson had told me was that if he could have some shoes like Juan. And I said, what do you mean? He got you some new shoes? No, he said, we went to the mall, we got his clothes, his shoes, and then he stopped at Walmart on the way home and got Julian stuff. I guess because it's cheaper. I get it.
What makes this even sadder is that the child has started to emotionally detach from his father. The grandmother says he now sees him like some man who just comes around once in a while instead of a real parent. That says a lot because support is not only about money, it is also about consistency, care, and presence. When a parent disappears emotionally and financially, the court notices that pattern very quickly.
I mean, for Julian, he's getting Walmart from me, he's getting Walmart from him.
But Julian was with him.
He was literally with him, and he took him, and I thought they were, maybe things had changed with him, whatever.
If I could please explain, Your Honor.
You can.
Okay.
After your mother is done.
Okay, sorry, Mom.
And then since I need to get medical insurance for him, anytime, even to take him to the free clinic is not really free. I've still got to pay whatever the prescriptions are, and then the finances.
Now the case takes a sharper legal turn when the grandmother explains that she cannot even properly get medical help for the child because the system says he already has coverage, but she has no access to it. That is a huge problem. If someone is supposedly providing health insurance for a child, but the person actually raising that child cannot use it, then the child is not truly being protected. This is where the father's failure starts looking bigger than just poor communication.
So I went and tried to get him some medical coverage, food stamps. Well, they tell me no, because with the Medicaid, they needed his information. They said he's under child support. The mother has been paying the state child support all these years.
Okay, wait. So she's been paying child support to him?
Apparently so. I haven't seen one dime.
Okay. All right. And so Julian is under Medicaid.
I couldn't get him under Medicaid because
you couldn't get him
I couldn't. That's how I found out about the child support. When I asked him about it on the visit that he made to buy the clothes.
Then comes the bombshell. The father admits that yes, he has been receiving child support from the mother. That changes everything. At that point, this is no longer just a case about a struggling grandmother asking for help. It becomes a case about money meant for the child possibly never reaching the person actually caring for him. Once that truth comes out, the judge immediately starts seeing the full picture.
He said that, no, he doesn't get in it. He doesn't know where it's going to this and that, but I know Juan. There's that money, he knows what I'm talking about, he knows he's getting it, but I'm not getting it.
Okay, so you just want one to pay child support and you have the opportunity to get health insurance.
Well, according to them, yeah, health insurance, because I'm paying out of pocket these last 3 years, and I understood that they wouldn't even qualify him for Medicaid because according to them, he's got medical coverage, but I don't know where that medical coverage is.
Under mom.
Mom or him or somebody's got him covered, but I don't have the information that I need to go take him to the doctor.
I understand. I follow you. Well, is there anything else you want me to know? Because there is some information I need and you just don't have it, and hopefully...
The father makes it worse when he says he did not feel the need to tell his mother about the child support. That answer is terrible in a courtroom because family law is not based on what you feel like sharing. It is based on what the child needs and who is truly carrying the responsibility. His own words make him sound careless, and judges pay close attention to attitude because attitude often reveals whether someone has been acting in good faith.
Mr. Campos has it. Is there anything else you want me to know, or can I move over to him?
Yeah, I just want to know. I mean, like I tell you, he plays dumb, but I just can't believe that he's let me come out of pocket. When Grandpa was around, it was easier. We could pay these things, but now it's serious that I can't even get him for a common cold without having to Uber almost 20. I mean, Uber doesn't pay anything, and my pension doesn't take care of it.
Okay, so let's move over to Mr. Campos. I'm not going to call you by your first name.
Okay.
Mr. Campos. Okay, so is it indeed a fact that you have been receiving child support from the mother of your son?
Yes, I have.
¿Ves?
Okay. And you didn't tell your mom?
No, I didn't feel the need to.
Okay, wait a minute.
The judge starts tightening the pressure here, and you can hear the logic breaking apart. She points out the obvious question. If grandma is the one taking the child to the doctor, then why does she not even have the insurance information or card? That is common sense, and when common sense is missing, excuses stop sounding believable. This is the moment where the father begins losing control of the narrative in front of the court.
Is it true that your son, your 6-year-old, has been living with your mom for 3 years?
Off and on, not totally all 3 years, off and on. I do.
What do you mean by off and on? Like on the weekend when you pick him up, or when you pick him up and go with?
I'm a promoter for a club, so I do need help, and I thought that was the agreement to go ahead and help me when I'm out of town, and I'm not, as she says, I do have the house, but I'm really there, and I do need help. He can't stay by himself in a house that big at 6 years old. I don't know. I know I couldn't.
Okay. Well, you'd agree with me that help means that you need to give her something, right?
And I do pay the health care, the $150. I do pay that.
Oh, wait a minute. So that's the missing link here. So you pay health for your son already?
Yes, I pay the $150.
Why didn't you tell your mother that? Why haven't you given her a health insurance card? Why haven't you given her anything? That's not fair.
It's not, but I paid for it. I thought that was all I needed to do from my side.
Instead of taking responsibility, the father tries to shift attention by bringing up inheritance money and even commenting on his mother's ring. That is a terrible move. When someone avoids the main issue and starts attacking the other person's finances or appearance, it usually makes them look even weaker. The judge is not there to hear cheap deflections. She is there to decide who is actually supporting this child and who is making excuses.
I didn't realize I needed to tell my mom everything.
It's not serving Julian?
Wait a minute, Mr. Campos. Who takes him to the doctor?
Well, I haven't recently.
Okay,
when she helps me out.
So it's fair to say that your mom probably does it, right?
Yes.
So wouldn't it logically follow that she needs an insurance card or the information?
Yes, and it's just that
you're letting your mom take your son to the doctor, and they have to call you or something to verify. Does not make any sense.
Your Honor, excuse me, they don't call him to verify. I didn't know this. Everything has come out of my pension or my Uber money, tips or whatever. I had no idea until I tried to file for these services that they said that Julian was getting child support. I have told him, hey, I've got my son's phone number. I have told him, hey, this kid doesn't feel well. This is going on. That's going on. Even for physical, for him to play the t-ball. And
so you're paying out right now. She's literally paying out of pocket. But
by this stage, the judge has clearly had enough. She sees a grandmother who already raised her son now being forced to raise his child too, and that hits hard. There is a strong emotional layer here, but also a legal one, because the court can step in when the actual caregiver is carrying the full load without proper support. This is where the case shifts from confusion to accountability, and the father's image starts collapsing fast.
Your son is covered under health insurance.
Yes.
So your mom is not only taking care of your son's medical needs, she's taking care of his daily needs. Mm-hmm. And you don't want to help her?
I do want to help her, and I thought she had all the help she needed. When Papa passed away, he had quite a bit of money for her, and I thought, it would help.
You just said keywords. He left quite a bit of money for her.
Yes.
Not for your son.
Yes.
Not for you.
Yes, and she keeps talking about going to Uber and this ring on her finger she has there. I don't know how many tips are needed.
Your dad got me years ago. This is not something I bought in the last 3 years.
Why does that matter?
Because she says she does Uber and such. If it's really that low, wouldn't she?
Oh my God, Mr. Campos. No.
Okay,
you
sorry,
You obviously came here to waste my time. What kind of club promoter are you?
Well, I'm sure you've seen me around, probably.
No, I haven't. You don't look familiar at all, but you're looking real unfamiliar right now. I can't even tell this is your mother right now.
This is my mother. I love her dearly.
Well, I can't tell. You're not paying your mother. You're not helping your mother. She helped you.
Now comes the ruling, and is a major correction. The judge orders that the $1,000 child support coming from the mother be redirected to the grandmother, since she is the one actually caring for the child. On top of that, the father is ordered to pay an additional $656 a month while continuing to maintain health insurance. That means the grandmother will receive $1,656 monthly, and the court is making it clear that money must follow the real caregiver.
But I don't believe that she intended to help you for life. I don't believe she intended to raise your son. I mean, she raised you.
Yes.
She's a grandmother, for crying out loud.
Yes.
Your Honor, when my husband passed away, and since he lives alone in this big house, I told him we were gonna have to move to a one-bedroom apartment. We could come stay with him. I'd have my private room, Julian have his private room, and he would have his private room.
Yeah, so what's the deal with that? You're okay with your mother in this one bedroom. Why can't she stay in the big house?
Well,
inconvenience, he said. It would be very inconvenient.
How big is this house? How many bedrooms we're talking?
800 square feet most, maybe 2-bedroom, half closet. It's not as big as she's saying. It's not as big as she's saying. It's
my apartment is 800 square feet.
You're describing a room in the house that's 800 square feet?
I may have my math wrong a little bit. It's not that big as she's saying. It's really not.
How big is this house? How many bedrooms?
It's in the nice houses in Plano. So you can imagine, it's a nice house.
Okay.
Because him and Julian's mom both do this promoting thing.
Oh,
and
okay.
they can do it from everywhere. So they're
I no longer see her.
She left,
I no longer see her.
But she was making good money like he makes. I don't know to the penny what he makes, but they were living very, very comfortably. And but he started this since Julian was born, the free babysitting. That a grandmother that loves her kids shouldn't have to be paid and this and that. I never asked him for a dime. I didn't need to. But since becoming a widow, it's become critical.
In the end, this case was about much more than numbers. It was about a grandmother carrying pain, sacrifice, and responsibility, while the father acted like he could stay one step removed from the consequences. The judge did not let that slide. She looked at the facts, followed the child's real living situation, and made sure support finally went where it belonged. If this case stunned you too, drop your take in the comments, hit like, and subscribe for more courtroom drama like this.